Today we're going to be doing another video on Jeffery Marsh. Now, I've done my own research on Jeffery, and personally for me, he's got mental issues. Loads of people are calling him a predator, and personally for me it would not surprise me, because he's been doing a lot of videos to the children, telling them to abandon their parents. He's also non-binary, roughly, but falls under the transgender category, which is an entire thing that we'll be getting into. But this video we're going to watch is literally telling kids, should you roughly cut out your parents for voting for Donald Trump? Well, no. Donald Trump, we'll get into that, but the thing is, Jeffery has been making videos telling children to talk to him through private chat. We see you. We know exactly what you're trying to do. Hopefully you're trying to appeal to kids that are extremely vulnerable, so hopefully you can get your sick, demented way. And it's the way that he smiles. I said this in the last video I made of him. He's got a very, very creepy smile. It's like, we'll get into it, but thing is,
should you cut off contact with family members just because they are voting for Donald Trump? Yes.
No. Donald Trump is actually protecting the children, because in the US, and I don't know what's like in other countries, you could literally go to your doctor with a bunch of paperwork, no psychological value, basically investigations to make sure you are who you say you are. Donald Trump's put a stop to that due to the fact roughly kids can't even make up kids can't even decide what they want for dinner, yet alone affirm any kind of gender. Kids will start expressing themselves, and just because they are playing with dolls, interacting with girls and stuff, does not make them gay or transgender. It makes them better fathers in life.
If so far they have not been able or willing to listen to compassion,
well, if it's compassion, mate, you've already failed. Because guess what? Donald Trump does have compassion. He's here to protect the children from regrets, and there are a lot of detransitioners in the US. For some reason, no. Yeah, there are a lot of... What the hell's going off? This is at an awkward angle, and I don't know what's gone off. I tried to get it at a super angle, but I don't think I'm going to get it. But the thing is, he's protecting the kids. Right, I'm just going to have it here. And no. Now I'm going to read this forward. Yeah, roughly it's protecting the kids roughly from regrets in life, because there are a lot of detransitioners, and they are mostly children that actually regret transitioning and being psychologically valued into believing that they are trans when they were not. They were just feminine, either feminine males or females that just had a little bit of masculinity. And instead of putting all these gender labels and labels roughly, why don't we just go with femme men and masculine women? Because they are out there, roughly, believe it or not, years ago, that's what they were called. They weren't called all these other labels. It was just feminine men, masculine ladies. But now it's become this entire other subject.
listen to kindness, to listen to you, or even to do their own research. And
people are doing their research, that's why they're speaking up. To sit there and lie to a bunch of kids that their parents are not listening to them, but you're listening, hopefully is very, very predatory. And yes, I'm saying that. You don't want the kids to listen to their parents, but they do listen to their parents. And the difference is the parents have the better way of life because they understand what's going on in the world, whereas children do not.
discover that hatred's not the answer, that love.
And yet, there's a lot of hate in anything, not just LGBTQ, LGBTQ plus whatever. Hopefully, that's a different subject. It's not just in this community; it is in everything. Hopefully, parents get hated. Hopefully, you've got loads of stuff going off. Hopefully, but the thing is to imply hopefully that the parents don't love them. Every parent loves their child. Believe it or not, hopefully, my mum told me, she says, I love you. She says, you need to do what you want in life, which I did. I transitioned. Has it been easy? No. And just imagine how hard that would be for a child. I'm an adult. I still don't 100% understand it. And pound to a penny, this bloke is literally going to be like, you're not mentally ill. And that thing is, you have to go through the entire psychological evaluation by psychiatrists and stuff to get where you need to be in life. And believe it or not, this person right here has trained to be a psychologist.
Love and kindness is the answer. If they are unwilling to change, they must experience consequences.
So you're telling kids that you should punish your parents for not believing in your beliefs. That happens every time. But the thing is, what about your consequences of your actions? The fact you are saying to children that parents must deal with their consequences, but what about the consequences of parents in the US that have allowed their children to transition, go through blockers, then later on in life the kids have come out and says, I was never trans, and have realised that their bodies will never be the same, because guess what, hormones are not reversible. When you sign your document for your hormones, you are basically signing, in one sense, your life away to any consequences that will happen to you later on in life. Nobody knows how stable these hormones that we are putting in the system, neither do I. But I signed that document knowing this. But imagine this kind of thing to a child, and to sit there and say, I want to talk to the children. Get a life, man.
And you should not withhold those consequences from them. The consequence in this case would be they don't get your beautiful, loving, wonderful presence in their lives.
Yes, they do. Parents are a lot more understanding, but the thing is, literally what they won't stand for is someone basically pushing their beliefs on them. Believe it or not, I used to be one of them. I used to be one of those people where I didn't care roughly about people's opinions, and I regret it, because for one, this right here is the direct outcome of it. For you to sit there and say, well, for you need to cut your parents out of your life because that they don't agree with you. I've done that. It didn't work. Hopefully, and as I got older, I learned a lot more. And you know what? I've matured enough to know roughly this kind of stuff. It shouldn't be happening. Can some people roughly later on in life, when you are an adult, not a child, stop making it about the children, dismiss the child who is an adult transitioning? Yes, there are people that have done it. I've even got a friend, his family, who are strong Christian believers. They basically abandoned him in life because he was gay. But the thing is, he's happily married, and hopefully he's getting married. Well, he's married, hopefully, but the thing is, he's also on about adopting children, and his sister didn't want anything to do with him due to what the parents were saying to his sister. But that's a whole other story. But you can't be saying this kind of thing to kids. Kids don't understand as much as you think.
It's over. And
It's over for you, yeah, I do agree with that.
they are gone. You need to make it real for yourself.
And did you see the look on the end? It's like he's literally saying to the kids, but talk to me instead. He's just really got this really weird presence about him that's really, really creepy. Let's react to this. I hold the power and see what's.
I think you might misunderstand what hate is. I always try to start with a compliment, and your compliment today is that this is very direct. Thank you for being so upfront with.
No, Wolfie, usually it's not hating Wolfie, and the fact that he's saying things are very direct towards him, and this is mostly to his comments. But the thing is, Wolfie, people are going to be upfront with you because you are sending. Oh, that's what I did. But you are sending out a wrong message, and you are sending it out not to adults. Wolfie, you are sending it to children. So obviously people are going to have an opinion, and I know there's a lot of videos out there about what you are doing, and you're sitting there with a smile on your face because you are enjoying it.
Me. But you might have noticed there's a power dynamic here, and I have power over you.
No, you don't, mate. Believe it or not, without the people's views, you have no power.
This was compulsive. You couldn't stop yourself from commenting this.
But the thing is, people are going to comment, Wolfie hate comments get the hierarchy in basically boosting your videos. But let's not forget, without people, because even I know all the comments that you literally get are the positive ones from the children saying, right on, thank you for speaking for us, Wolfie, not. But the thing is, Wolfie, let kids be kids. The adults that are commenting see how predatory you are and how disgusting you really are, and the fact that you have this really kind, calming voice, and you are literally getting up to the camera and be like, listen to me, this is how it's gonna go. I don't like your opinion, but you are going to listen to me. How about no? We don't need to listen.
I'm living my life, having fun, having joy, as a matter of fact, and you can't help yourself.
But yet you're not 100% happy, and you can tell. You are trying to put out this beacon of light that you are this happy, bubbly person. No one is happy 24/7. I'm sorry, no one is. There's no such thing as 100% happy, and there's no such thing as perfect in life. It doesn't exist. The fact this person is saying that they are, in one sense, a beacon of light, and they are speaking out. Yeah, I get that. But guess what? You can't speak out when you are being called out for the stuff that you are putting out. Know your consequences of your actions.
That means I have a lot of power over you. But I don't want that power. I want you to be empowered. I want you to have the chance.
See how he's done a complete 360? It's like in the beginning it was really coming more and more.